Okay, good evening. Who wants to get things started, Adrian?
Frank, when you go 2-1 up, 6 minutes left, do you think you've done enough the way that game was panning out to want that, especially with them having 10 men? So.
I don't think you've done enough, but you certainly hope so. And yeah, at that point in the game, yeah, you go 2-1 up, and got to do the basics right, get all the details right. We've got one wrong by gifting the first goal, and then the second goal was soft for a right back to be able to cut inside and roll it into the far corner is too soft. So we have to just be real about that and be honest about it and say they had two opportunities on breakaways. Well, breakaway the first one, the second one late in the game, and they scored 2 goals.
It does feel like a little bit of a broken record at the moment, because the same thing in terms of not being clinical when you're on top in games.
Yeah, and we know the story here at home. Teams with 11 have defended like that against us, giving us problems. And in a team, fair play with Arsenal with 10, it's understandable, and I thought they defended their box pretty well, but we just have to look at ourselves and say that again, it's a story of creating a lot, not unbelievable chances, but you know that can be the way. But at this level, when them chances are coming and balls are coming across the face, whether it's headers, shots inside the box, and we need to take them more. We need to, because one goal always leaves a team in the game.
How frustrating is it? Because I mean, with the chances and games you've had here this season, you could be miles ahead in fourth, and it's close, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's and we look at that a lot, and it shouldn't really dwell too much on results gone, but a lot of them look the same, so it puts you in one direction. And I know that the expected goals, I don't like too many stats on expected goals because it's not that clear always, but we're bottom of the league at home in taking them, and we're creating, I think second are probably Liverpool in creating, so that's just 2 ends of the scale that show where we're at.
Frank, you've seen the confidence of the teams control the game against 10 men and against 11. Why do you think that?
Well, I think probably for 15 minutes in the first half it did, because I think we were still probably in a mindset of them with 11 and Ozil pulling out to the side and giving you some problems, and I think we ended up in a bit of a middle ground. So I was pleased for half time to come because we could address that. And then I thought then the second half was what it was. We had loads of the ball, we were in their half most of the time, they had a few breakaways that can happen. Sometimes being tentative when they've got 10 is wrong. You have to go in and still be really positive to make sure they don't get out. And they had a few moments and they fought for it, and that's what they should do in a London derby. So the initiative is on us to be really ruthless about doing the right things, to move the ball quick enough to take your chances when they come along. I thought we moved it quick enough at times, but we didn't take our chances when we got them.
How's Tammy Abraham? He looked quite bad.
I actually don't know. He's got a bang on his ankle. Well, he had ice on his ankle, so I actually haven't spoken to him yet. So sorry, I can't really update you on that.
What kind of things do you think you can do as a group to improve sort of game management? There's been quite a few late goals conceded.
They are, unfortunately, you can talk about them and work on them. And some of these things, it's not working. We know how we set up to defend the edge of the box when we have a corner, and then if players do different on pitch, then that's just not good enough. That's nothing to do with working. That's just something that they have to do right on the pitch. If they can't do it right, then someone else has to do it right.
James?
Before that goal, Frank, Tammy seemed to be down in the centre circle, and I think you guys on the dugout were quite angry that Arsenal played on, but then you won the ball back twice and didn't put it out. Is that the sort of game management you're talking about?
Yeah, the ball should go out. I think Tammy did stand up a while, but the ball should go out when he was down. And I'm not angry at them for carrying on. I think that's normal. They went down a few times, but the player was in the box. I think it was like a critical area with Tammy. He was sort of out of play a bit. So when we won it back, we should have knocked it out.
From their first goal, obviously N'Golo slipped over, but he seemed to be the only man back when they hit you on the counter.
Yeah, it was on the edge of the box that was the problem. As I just said there, people have got to do their job. We had people on the edge of the box that ran forward when they should have run backwards, and it left N'Golo, and then it does go to N'Golo and he slips. So it was that wasn't the error. That's something that can happen, but the edge of the box was the error. Yeah, it's just, as I say, job that should be done, not done.
We've talked a lot about strikers in the transfer window. What about defenders? Would you look at that?
No, not at the moment. I know and I feel where we need strengthening. I don't want to go into it now because I think it's going to be not just in January, because it's a difficult window and it's probably more of a short-term window for us. What this season has given us, and it continues to give us, is some answers on the pitch in areas where I see that we can get better. So that's for me to get right, I suppose, for us, but not so much this window.
On the right then?
Frank, talking about injuries, is there any update on Christian Pulisic? Do you expect back the next week or so? And do you think you kind of missed him in some of these games in tight positions where he has that little bit of magic in the final?
Yeah, he was playing well, and in terms of when he's back, it's probably not going to be a week. It will probably be the other end of the early February break. But he's getting better, and he's not that far away. So, and yeah, a game like today could be a game where he could have obviously been helpful for us because he was playing well for a patch. So we'll have to, but other people do need to stand up in that situation.
Frank, it felt a little bit like Kepa was maybe a little bit casual at times with the ball at his feet. Sometimes in the first half, and it felt like a soft goal. Do you think there's a focus issue with him at times, or is it just a blip? Maybe.
I know there's a focus on him in a minute. I think that's top line football. Yeah, with his feet a couple of times a day was too long, and then nearly gave it away. And sometimes that can change the momentum of a game. So that's something obviously that he'll know and has to look at, and we have to look at. And yeah, I mean it's normal. Any player in position, particularly goalkeepers, people will look at you, and that's when you stand up and show the mettle that you've got. So I think he's not the only one. We do. We're in full position, which is seen as being pretty good. But I know and we know that there should be another 10 points on the board at least on performance. So all of us need to look at those finer details.
Okay, last one, please.
If Sammy is out for a couple of weeks, do you think Chelsea will be starting to cope with that problem?
Yes, and we have the players there to do that. I hope he's not, but if he is, then yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Sorry.